Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about Flash Fill and AutoFill, how they both work and what the difference is. So let's start out with Flash Fill. Flash Fill is just Excel's way of helping you to fill out cells using some basic intuition. And let me give you an example here. So we have this first name column, last name column, and then we have a mailing label name, or really combine the first and last names. And you could use a formula like concatenate or something to put this together as well, but Flash Fill makes it super fast and easy. And what we do is we just click into a cell and we start typing. So obviously the name is going to be Steve Snow. And then when we hit enter and we start typing Sam George's, you can see what it does. It basically uses its intuition to say, obviously you just put a first name and a last name together, and you're starting to do it again. So you're probably going to do this for the whole list. Okay? And if we want to keep that, then we just hit enter, and it populates everything. If you don't want to keep it, then you just keep typing, and it'll essentially stop bugging you about filling out all these things, and you can do it manually. But then you'll notice, too, that we have a Flash Fill drop-down here, and we can see some options. We could undo that. We could accept it, but it's already accepted. Or you can select all 5 of the cells. Okay, so that's one way to do Flash Fill. Let me just delete these, and I'll show you another way. You can also click on this cell, and we're going to go ahead and right-click on this and drag it down, release it, and then you'll notice it has different fill options over here, and we can go to Flash Fill. And again, it will predict what we want it to do and flash fill it. Okay, we'll go Ctrl Z to undo that. There's one last option where you just go to Fill up here and hit Flash Fill. And once again, it's going to populate that. Oh, and there's one more. Let's do Ctrl Z one last time. We can just hit Ctrl E. That's the shortcut. In fact, if you look up here, you'll see that it shows Ctrl E right there as the shortcut. Okay? So those are a couple of ways to use Flash Fill to just make data entry a lot quicker and easier. Okay, let's talk about AutoFill. AutoFill is similar, but a little bit different. And we'll go to a new sheet here for AutoFill. I'm going to widen up these columns just a little bit. AutoFill is great when you want to enter data that is a repeating pattern. So a really good example is if you type Monday, and then you grab on the selector handle and you start to drag down, you'll notice that it says Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In other words, Excel is predicting what you want it to do, and it automatically populates it for you. You can do the same thing with numbers. If you type 1, 2, and then select them and start going down, the 3, 4, 5, etc. You can do the same thing with dates. If I put in a random date, February 3rd, 2001, highlight it, drag it down. See, I go 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all the way. And it'll just fill in those dates. And then finally, you can do this just if you want to repeat the same thing over and over. Like just the word name, for instance. You can select it and drag it down, and it's going to autofill that name over and over and over. You do have some options with the autofill as well. You can do the formatting only. You could do it without any formatting, or you can just go regular Flash Fill. But if we wanted to, we could put name and date. Now we could autofill these and watch what happens now. Say name, date, so I could fill this all in with alternating things. And that is a recognizable pattern for Excel, so it'll follow that. So that's how you use autofill. And one thing to note is if you don't have Flash Fill activated, or it doesn't seem to be working, you can go double check that it's working. Go to File, go to Options, Advanced. And under Editing Options, it's going to say enable autocomplete for cell values and automatically flash fill. So make sure those are checked. Click OK, and then you should be able to go back, highlight it, and do your dragging, and it will continue to autofill for you. Okay, so that's how to use Flash Fill and AutoFill to make your data entry quicker and easier.